we really did a good job of retooling and rebuilding the room. If you look last year, I think we had 25 sacks as a defense. The year before they had 17, which is obviously a plus, but at the same time, it wasn't enough to get the job done. So what did we do? We go out there and we went and tried to find the best pass rushers we can get, and then along with the best athletes that we can get along with doing a lot of things. So you see some of the guys we have now, we got a little bit more length, we have a little bit more explosiveness, we're a little bit more physical up front, and then we add that with guys that we returned back that have gotten a year stronger, and we think we have a really, really complete room. I'm really, really happy with where we've been and where we're going with them, and I think that you will see a much more explosive group on the edge that makes a difference in games.
For me, I know that Josh Roberts is a hard worker. He's in your room, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a hard worker, and Coach praised him all of last season. I don't think I understood the body transformation until I saw a photo of him. Can you talk a little bit about his growth in the offseason?
Yeah, so just to give you guys just a tall tale where he's at. 365 days ago, from probably right now, he was 215 pounds, okay? He's between 236 and 240 pounds, okay? Last year he played during the season about 225, and it showed up. You know, that's the reason why true freshmen is hard to play, because just the wear and tear on your body and so on and so forth. But now we're trying to get into about 240, 245, and he's finding out that having a little bit more armor on him, having a little bit more girth, being stronger, is actually one of our strongest guys, pound for pound in the program. Make huge jumps in the weight room, can run, athletic, can drop into coverage, can rush the quarterback. He's a really good complete player, and he's just going to be a sophomore. You know, I know CJ Doggett led our team in sacks. He was number 2 in our team in sacks. I believe he had 4.5 last year, which is really good for a true freshman. He also had an interception. If he doesn't drop the one out here versus Tulsa, he has 2 interceptions. So, I mean, and he's blocked a punt for it and recovered for a touchdown. It's a lot for a true freshman to do. So we have high expectations for him. And just kind of go along those lines, that's why we brought in guys that he can learn from. The guys we brought in here are guys that have all played, won championships, and now can show him how to go about doing it a certain way.
These guys haven't seen the new guys. Can you just run through some of the transfers that you brought in that are leading the room?
Yeah, so we'll start with our senior, Jonathan Bax. A little backstory on him. I recruited him out of high school. He was actually, when I was at Southern Miss, he was committed to us at Southern Miss, wound up flipping in late November, December at TCU. That was the year they went to the national championship. Was there for the past couple of years. When he got in the portal, it was an easy phone call. I knew his dad, I knew his mom, they knew me. It was the same system. He comes in here. Right now the guy's 255 pounds. He plays outside linebacker to the field, which is like a nickel. He had an interception yesterday at practice. He plays defensive end to our field, and he plays our boundary side defensive end. We're actually going to play him at some Mike linebacker as well. So 250 pounds of versatility that can run and cover guys is really good. Jay Crable came from the University of Ohio. His dad is actually Sean Crable, played for the New England Patriots, played for Michigan. He was an All-American there. If you saw his dad looks like he can still play. Jay was a 2-year starter at Ohio, was actually on the team that played for the conference championship a couple years ago at Ohio. Really good player, really good bloodline lineage. His brother actually plays at USF, boo. But the great thing about him is that Jay brings a hard-nosed edge to our guys that can go get after the quarterback. He's probably one of our best pure pass rushers that can go get it. Very physical, very long, very athletic, a lot of good things he can do, and really excited about him. Then you go with Roman Garcia. Roman Garcia is from Oklahoma. He's from Wagner, Oklahoma. I recruited him out of NEO. Great story about him. He's an all-state wrestler. I like wrestlers because they got that one mindset mentality, which is kind of like it's me against the world. He's probably one of our more physical guys. Really, the guy's going to bring a lot of juice, a lot of energy, plays with a lot of passion. He's not going to impress you with his size, but he's going to impress you with his heart and with his play. Really excited about him and what he can bring to our table, because he brings that added energy. And then there's the complete opposite of those three, which is Kenyon Gardner. And Kenyon's string being lean. Like, he's about 220 pounds, but he's all arms and legs, but he can do so much. He can run with receivers. He can run with running backs. He can rush. He can blitz. We can move him off the ball. He's just an added piece somewhere where you can play him just about anywhere. The hard part, the challenge for me is I got to get him to know what he's doing so we can put him in all those places. But those 4 guys, added with what we have in the room coming back, have given us the versatility to play a lot of different packages, a lot of different alignments, and you're seeing it's playing to the tip balls, the interceptions, the sacks. You know, those are keys to where we need to go forward, and that should make us make a big jump defensively this year.
Questions?
When it comes to this room overall, you know, still pretty early in the spring, but how have you felt that you've been able to deploy some of those guys? How have you been mixing and matching these guys so that, you know, when it's key downs, you're having the best group possible on the field?
Basically, in the competitions, I'm playing them all somewhere, putting them all in the situation. To answer your question, we've had 6 practices. I've been pleased with 5. I wasn't pleased with today. Not because they didn't play well. We didn't win the drill. And there's winners and losers in everything. If there's a scoreboard, there's a winner and loser. And what we're trying to learn today is that, hey, it's not about do we practice well. We want to practice well, but when it's time and competition to go win, did we win? We're trying to have that, as you say, Mamba mentality. Who's the Kobe Bryant that's going to close the game out? Whether it's the 2-minute drill or whether it's the red zone drill. And that's the expectation for that room. We say that we say as the pressure grows, the expectation for the edge room rises. Think of it this way, you watch NFL football, right? When it's 3rd down and you're watching the Green Bay Packers now, who do you expect to make a play? Michael Parsons. When you're watching the Cleveland Browns play, who do you expect to make the play? Myles Garrett. That we got those guys. I will say this last year we didn't. Last year we said do your job. Do your job is not good enough. The expectation now is to end the game. Make the play that you're supposed to make. That's why you're here. You're here to be great. You're here to be Defensive Player of the Year. The Defensive Player of the Year should come out of somebody's edge room. We want it to be ours this year.
Coach, you mentioned the change up in the strategy and the personnel groupings and the mismatches that you hope to be able to pull off. Would you say it's somewhat of a fair assessment in ice cream language that last year was kind of vanilla in the play calling due to what you had to work with, and this year will be more like a rocky road?
I would say not so much the play calling being vanilla. I would say the play was vanilla. Meaning we didn't have a guy that could go win. So we had to scheme it up, blitz it up. If you look at it, we did a big offseason study. I know Coach Stewart's came and talked about this. Teams that play man, it's really hard to get interceptions because they're backs to the quarterback. Texas Tech, one of the best rushing teams in the country in terms of pass rushing. They play a lot of zone. That's why they lead the country in takeaways. So what we did is we took that premise and said, let's go get the best guys we can to go get the quarterback. Let's play a lot of zone coverage. Why are you seeing more balls picked? Because we have guys that can put pressure on the quarterback and we can make them make those throws. I would say last year we tried to schematically put guys in situations because we couldn't just go win. Now we have the same scheme, but we can elaborate with it more by putting different pieces in different places. Just to give you an example, Wilkie going inside instead of being on the edge. Remember, that was our starting defensive end last year. Now he's one of our starting D tackles. That tells you how much more athletic and much more powerful we've gotten. You know what I'm saying? Taking somebody like that who had been a staple and a player, moving him inside. Now we've got more athletic guys that can do what? Get out to the quarterback and go raise, all kinds of heck in the backfield. So the scheme with the players allows you to be more elaborate because now you can put them in more exotic positions because sometimes they can just be erasers, which that's what you want. You want guys that when we make a call, yeah, it's not great, but you just erase a play, a tip ball, a sack, or that guy's running free. No, he's not because the quarterback didn't have the time to get the ball off. It happens all across college football, and that's what we're trying to get done.
Mentality-wise, what have you seen buy-in-wise to this, go in the game, go basically win that Defensive Player of the Year from this group? And how have you seen guys from the start of the spring until now really improve in that regard?
So 3 things. One, you see me carry around this silly mask all the time, right? You probably don't know what it is. So we call it, it's a predator, okay? If you've seen the movie, the predator is what? He's a hunter, right? And we actually watched the first day in practice. We said, how are predators' eyes set? They're set in the front of their head. Why? Because prey's eyes are set in the side. Deer, antelope, gazelles, their eyes are on the sides. What? They're always looking. Predators are what? They're mainstream. Their eyes are looking forward. So are you a predator or are you a prey on each play? That's number 1. Number 2, there's another movie called Predator versus Predator, where the predator shows up and then there's a bigger predator. That's the apex predator. We want to be the apex predator. That's the mentality. So you get a sack or you get a takeaway, you get to throw the predator mask on. Why? Because you're the apex guy. That's the mentality there. I want the mask. I want to wear the apex predator. I want to be the apex predator every practice. So it's not like a turnover chain or anything like that. It's our mantra that we're trying to be. We're trying to be the alpha apex predator on the field every day.